Let's be honest, we are swimming in an ocean of pixels. Billions, literally, billions of images and videos are flying past our eyes every single day. But have you ever stopped to wonder how our devices, our feeds, and the entire internet actually make sense of all that visual noise? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Let's dive into the amazing world of image and video analytics.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the visual revolution, why pictures and videos totally rule our digital lives. Then we'll get into the really cool part, how we actually teach computers to see. After that, we'll look at this tech in the wild, explore the explosion of video, and then, importantly, we'll wrap up with the big challenges and what the future might hold.
You know that old saying, a picture speaks 1,000 words? Well, it has never, ever been more true than it is right now. We're living through this massive shift to visual communication, and it's fundamentally changing how we connect, share, and understand the world.
And if you need proof, just look at the numbers. Get this, on just one major social platform, we're talking about 95 million photos and videos being uploaded every single day. That's not a week, that's a day. It's a tidal wave of visual data, which created this huge need for technology that can actually analyze and understand it all.
Okay, so that tees up our first section perfectly, the visual revolution. Let's dig into why we're so obsessed with visuals. Why are our brains and our feeds just hardwired for this stuff?
The data is pretty undeniable. I mean, look at this. On Facebook, posts that include an image get more than double the engagement. And on X, what we used to call Twitter, it's a 150% jump. It's not even a contest. Visuals have a kind of magnetic pull that plain text just can't compete with.
And, this isn't just about social media algorithms gaming our attention. This goes way deeper. It's about our own biology. Our brains are literally built to process images with incredible speed and efficiency. It's why a powerful photo can hit you with a wave of emotion or get locked into your long-term memory for years.
So why do we do it? Why do we feel this constant impulse to share our lives through a lens? Well, psychologists say it boils down to about 6 key reasons. Sometimes it's simple, right? We're showing affection, or maybe we want a little attention. But it's also about things like just sharing out of habit, spreading important information, or even trying to have some social influence.
So we've established this absolute flood of visual content, which leads to the big question, how on earth does anyone or anything keep up with it? Well, that brings us right to Section 2, teaching computers to see.
The technology that powers all this is called image analytics, or you might have heard the term computer vision. And really, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a whole field of artificial intelligence that's laser-focused on one thing, training computers to look at an image or a video and pull out meaningful information, almost like a human would.
So, how does a computer actually see? Well, you can think of it happening in 3 stages. First, you've got descriptive analytics. This is the what. It simply describes what's in the image. For instance, this person on a construction site isn't wearing a hard hat. Then it gets smarter with predictive analytics. This is the so what. It might predict this increases the risk of a head injury. And finally, you have prescriptive analytics, which is the now what. It suggests an action, like send an automated safety alert to the site manager. See? It goes from observing to predicting to acting.
Okay, so we know what it is and how it works. Now, for the fun part, let's dive into analytics in action and see how this tech is showing up in places you'd probably interact with every single day.
For brands, this technology has been a complete game changer. For decades, they focused on share of voice, tracking what people were typing about them online. But now, with image analytics, they can measure something way more powerful, share of eye. This means they can see what people are showing in their photos, even if their brand isn't mentioned or tagged at all.
And this example with Disney's Frozen is just perfect. When the movie came out, if you only looked at the text conversations, you would think, okay, this is a movie adults are really into. But the moment you analyze the images being shared, all those birthday parties, costumes, and toys, bam, it told a completely different story. The primary audience engaging with the visuals were kids. That's an insight you would totally miss without this tech.
And the tools that are commercially available now are just staggering. I mean, take Amazon Recognition. This thing can scan millions of images or hours of video and instantly find a celebrity's face, identify a specific corporate logo, or even read the text on a blurry sign in the background. It can even search for a specific person's face across a huge database of images. The power here is incredible.
All right, so we've been talking a lot about static photos, but let's be real. So much of our digital world is in motion.
And that brings us to our fourth section, the rise of video, because analyzing moving pictures is a whole different ballgame.
I mean, it is not an exaggeration to say that video basically is the internet at this point. It makes up the huge majority of all consumer internet traffic. And with that mind-boggling volume, you need seriously powerful, seriously scalable tools to make any sense of it.
And the applications are already transforming whole industries. Retail stores use it to see which displays actually catch your eye and where people spend the most time. Social media platforms analyze exactly when you get bored and scroll away from a video to perfect their algorithms. It's even being used to forecast fashion trends by analyzing viral music videos or to gauge the emotional reaction of a crowd during a live stream. It's wild.
But, and this is a really big but, this technology is imperfect. It's not a silver bullet. And because it's so powerful, we absolutely have to talk about the risks. So for our final section, let's look at the challenges and the future.
There are some major hurdles here. First off, data quality. The old saying, garbage in, garbage out, is 100% true for AI. A blurry, low-light image is going to give you a bad result. Then there are the huge privacy concerns, especially around facial recognition. We also have to worry about bias. If an AI is trained on data that reflects human biases, guess what? The AI will be biased too. And finally, there's the black box problem. A lot of these complex AI models can give us an answer, but we can't actually see how they got there, which makes it really hard to trust them or fix them when they're wrong.
And all of this really leaves us with one final critical question to think about. This technology, at the end of the day, is a mirror. It's learning from the visual world that we create and share every single day. So as these computers get better and better at seeing, what are we, as a society, choosing to show them?